Hello there and welcome to Namident Academy. Today we are going to discuss about how to determine the credibility of a journal. And before we dive in deep, I would like to encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, so that you may be able to see my future videos. Determining the credibility of a journal or a publisher is very important to the researcher, because you have spent a lot of money and effort to research about a particular topic, and you have spent a lot of resources to write an article or manuscript, and then you want to share your findings and knowledge to the world, and that it is to your disadvantage if somebody take advantage of you to lead you to publish your work in a journal that is not credible, and that those journals by some years they are going to fade in the system. And some of these journals or the predatory journals are not any journal houses, but rather some few group of people who sit in their small room and collect money and also destroy people's work. So we have seen our colleagues and other researchers suffered from this kind of fraud by the predatory journals, and effort is for us to help each other to reduce the effect. And hence there are a lot of ways that have been prescribed or being proposed for a researcher to be able to learn and differentiate between a concrete good journal houses and a predatory journal. We have major publishers in the world, and these few major publishers are contributing to more than half of a publication that we see around, and their credibility has been established. Beside them, there are a lot of other publishers that contribute a lot to this publication or article publication industry, and that there are some predatory publishers also who are taking advantage of these minor publishers to kind of camouflage themselves into the system, and they use different kind of names. They use names similar to the popular journal houses that we have, or the journal. So at times you can see a journal and you see names, almost the same name, but with a different of there or some intentionally spelling mistakes that they do to able to penetrate within the system. And hence there is a need for us researchers to be conscious of this effort by predatory journals to protect our papers from falling into their hands. And also, one source where predatory journals get in contact with us is through unsolicited emails that they send. And some of these emails fall in our spam of our email. And not every unsolicited email it be a spam or might become from what we call the predatory journals. So there are spam messages or unsolicited emails sometimes can present an opportunity, great opportunity for you as a MSc student or PhD student or early career. So we should not always consider unsolicited emails or spam emails as coming from prejudice journals or unimportant, but rather we should evaluate the email. And to talk of evaluation, there are a lot of association and institution that have come out with guidelines for us to be able to check if really the journal is authentic journal or a predatory journal. And in this video, we are going to consider four of these resources. First, we are going to talk about how to evaluate a journal based on its website. And the second, we are going to talk of how to access open access journal. And the third, we are going to see ways of identifying questionable open access journals. And the final resource we are going to consider is a tool to evaluate a journal. So with this, we can be able to guide ourselves not to fall in the hands of predatory journal. Our first resource is publishers' website evaluation tools. And with this one, it's a PDF format that you can download. And what you do is to answer yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And when you finish, you are going to count how many of the point is yes and how many of the point is no. And from then you can make your decision. And I will put the website of the source under the description of this video. So this is what is said, like it's a checklist, and that you are going to go through it to check. For example, is the grammar usage and or spelling correct on the website. So first, when you have received email or you have see a journal house, mostly new one, that you want to take, you want to, it tallies with your paper or manuscript at hand, and you want to submit your manuscript to it. So what this website or resource is telling us is to open the website and to evaluate the website of the journal. And doing so, you are going to be answering these questions that is presented in this website or that you can download alongside. Then you check, then you evaluate them, and it will help you uh, be able to make your concrete decision whether this journal house, I can trust it with my paper. So generally, that is what this resource talk about. So, for example, it said, is there a name of editorial board? Because generally now it's a common practice that almost every journal houses put their names of editorial members on it. And then can you verify and the state of impact factor? But here, not all websites or not all email, not all journals put the impact factor information. So I should say this, not all of them put it there. And moreover, also, if the company or the journal house is less than 5 years, they might not have impact factor information. And so what this website or what this resource suggests is Not that all the questions should be answered yes, 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 or no, no, no. So then it should be majority. When there is majority, yes, then you will be able to make your decision. As he said that if there are more entries in the no column, it is likely that the website in question is from a predatory publisher. And I'm going to put the link to this resource under. So now we are going to move to another section. So the second resource here is talk about how to assess journal and how not to publish in an undesirable journal. That's short thing that he said. And also is a infographic format that explain a lot. And as I said, I'll also put the link under the section of this video that you can have access to it to go through it. And these are don't trust unsolicited emails. By here, I will say that not all unsolicited emails are spam. Some of them present a good opportunity, and I'm witness to that. And hence, you can be able to evaluate it through your own brain or your own mind. But here is very important this statement that they offer you to join editorial board or conference invitation. Sometimes they say if you publish in our journal, you get advantage of being editorial board. And as you know, with early career researchers, everybody and most people want to be on board and this kind of thing to promote their career. So these predatory journals also take advantage of that. So be careful with that kind of messages that will come to you. And so I will not go through all this in this video, but you can go through it and learn a lot from it. It's a short 1 page or 2 page 1 page PDF that you can go through it. And this is what neutral factor I said in the previous resource. It asks whether those people have the journals as what they call the impact factor. And I said not all journals put their impact factor on their website, or they might be less than 5 years or so. And this is what this also is confirming here. It said not all reputable journals display impact matrices. So you can see and go through it yourself. Is I'm presenting resources that I've used before to you so that you can be able to learn from it and to guide yourself and guide your work. So the third resources here is coming from Springer Nature. It's giving you ways to identify a questionable open access journal. Nowadays, the attention is much to the open access journal. Tell you pay this amount of money, we publish your work, and some other thing, and so on and so forth. So, as I said, also I'll put the website on the this thing for you to check. So this is a resource that you can be able to read, to go through it and learn something about it and learn something about it. So this is what you can read all here and get information about the journals. And I hope when you combine all the information you are going to learn through these resources with what we discussed previously, you can be able to guide yourself from falling into the hands of a predatory journal house or individual. So the final resource I would like to present to you is this one by uh, Loyola Marymount University, that they present a tool that you can use it. Is a long a tool that you can print it out, and or you use it online and then ask. There are questions. There are the section here, as you see sections, and there are the name, whether it's a good, it's a fair, it's poor. You are assessing the website or the information you get about a possible predatory journal. And this is the sheet mark, like ranking, how to rank the thing, whether it's a 1, 2, 3. So here you see whether to say it's a 1, 2, 3, and you have put your comment. And this kind of thing is done once. When you're going to access a journal website, you do this kind of things once and you put the information on board or somewhere for your future usage and for your laboratory future usage. Probably all the information you are gathering whilst you are doing your master's or PhD, you gather it, you book it, you put it in an Excel, so that as time goes on, by the time you become an early researcher or you become a lab head, you have got some kind of information that you guide your lab against those predatory journals, to say these are the trusted journals that I have used, I have evaluated, and these are the kind of journals that I have evaluated them, and I see that they are not good, not reputable. So that one is that's how it done. Is you do it once and you put the record somewhere and you mark that journal and you move on and so on and so forth. So with all this said and done, now I have present to you resources that I have used personally in during my PhD when evaluating website of journals, and I still use it if I get an unsolicited emails that comes to my email address, because as a researcher with publication, you receive a lot of invitation and a lot of these unsolicited emails. Some of them present to you a good opportunity to develop your career, and some of them are from the so-called predatory journals or predatory publishers. So in order to be able to guide yourself, I use some of these resources to consider the information they are providing me and other things. And also I have now presented to you, and I hope that you will take good advantage of it. And this comes to the end of our video, and I encourage you to share this video with your colleagues and your friends in academics and also in industry who are researching and publishing. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, I encourage you to subscribe to it so that you can see my future videos. Thank you, and see you next time.